Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube community. How are you doing today? This is Connor or Indentation, and the gameplay I have for you is from the Nuketown 24/7 playlist, which I think they need to bring out more often. But anyways, I went 150 and 21 in Demolition, and I figured I'd do the whole game for you guys. So this is going to be a really long commentary, and first of all, if you do not watch the whole thing, you are a pansy. Just kidding, but we'll make a deal. If you don't watch the whole thing, you have to at least give me a like. You got to do that for me. That's our deal. Either you watch the whole thing, or you have to give me a like. You can decide to dislike it if you watch the whole thing, but I don't really want any dislikes, so you should probably still like it too. But the first thing I want to talk about in this gameplay is the fact that I went to the new Transformers 3 movie last week, and that movie is awesome. I think it's like 2 hours and 35 minutes long, and the majority of that is a fighting action scene, like throughout the whole movie, and it's just crazy. And I went to it in 3D. Personally, I like 3D. I figured it'd be awesome. It was awesome. I would highly suggest watching it in 3D. Even if your eyes do get a little bit sore of it or whatever, just take them off for a little bit. But there was a couple scenes that were just really amazing in 3D, and I would definitely suggest watching in 3D. Another thing, Rosie Huntington was the leading role for the girl side, and she is very good looking. It seems like a trend for Transformers movies, you know, Megan Fox and her, even though people tell me all the time, oh, Megan Fox's thumbs look weird. Yeah, they might look a little weird, but she is still good looking. Even with her weird goblin looking thumbs. But yeah, Rosie Huntington definitely did a very good job in the movie. I really liked it. Shia LaBeouf is amazing as always, as in the other Transformers movies. I don't know about you guys, but I've watched Shia LaBeouf ever since he was on the Even Stevens show on the Disney Channel back when I was a little bit of a younger guy, but he was really funny. He's always been a funny guy, so that makes his acting really awesome. And also, he was in the Even Stevens movie, which, on a side note, I watched in 3 states the week it came out. Yeah, I know that's a little bit weird, but I'll get to that in a sec. I just want you guys to watch this right here because I have no ammo and I'm 1 kill away from dogs, and look at me go over and just own that guy to get the dogs, and then I die, but definitely worth it. Back to Shia LaBeouf. The Even Stevens movie I watched in 3 different states the week it came out. That is because I watched it in my hometown, South Dakota. Then we went on vacation. I watched it at a friend's house in Wisconsin on our way there. And I watched it in Ohio with family. We were there for a family reunion, actually. So I don't know if too many people can say they've done that. That's pretty crazy to me, I think. But back to the movie. I definitely thought the whole plot line was really great. It was filled, like, the best part to me was just the fact that it was filled with so much fighting and action scenes, and there are some twists to the plot too, which is nice, and some little bit emotional parts, especially with Bumblebee. You don't know for sure if he's gonna live or not. I'm not gonna tell you which one happens, but you should go watch the movie if you haven't already. If you have watched the movie, tell me what you think down in the comment section. If you haven't, go watch it and then come tell me what you think. It was just an all-around awesome movie. It's a must-see. I don't care who you are. You just need to watch it. I guess the other thing I was gonna talk to you guys about would be some more McDonald's stories, I guess. Just some kind of the things that go along with the fast food business. There's some funny things that go along with that. The first thing I want to talk about is the just change, you know? Like, I don't know if all of you guys are from America, but we have the penny, and I think it's really funny because all the younger kids, I don't know, my age or so, around that, 18, I don't know, younger kids up to early 20s or whatever, they get pennies for change. They pretty much don't like it. They just want to a lot of them just throw them away or leave them somewhere, whatnot. But the elderly people, it's really funny because when they're paying for their food at McDonald's and there's like 3 of them together, they will search through all 3 of their purses, bags, wallets, pockets to find 1 penny so they don't get any change back. And I just find it funny to see that difference between the I mean, it's a big difference in ages, but the elderly people just value the penny way more than people do now. I mean, I wouldn't like throw my change away. I wouldn't go that far, but it's not a big deal to me. I don't have to like go to my car and look around for 10 minutes because I want a penny so I don't get any more change back. That's just really funny to me, but I don't know why this happens. It might be because, you know, maybe when these older people were about my age or so, the penny was worth a lot more. Like, now minimum wage is, I think it's $7.25, yeah. But if you look back maybe like 50 years or so, it was not even close to that. I don't know what it was, so if you want to look it up and tell me, cool. But that might be one reason why older people value the penny so much. I don't know why, but another thing about McDonald's is fast food business. You at some point will screw up someone's order, just completely screw it up. Maybe not too bad, but it's going to happen to you. And that's one thing you have to deal with. You have to be a friendly person all the time. You can't just freak out on a customer because that's not how it works. It's a little bit hard sometimes, but I mean, if you guys are my age, if you're in high school or whatever, I would suggest working at a fast food place for a little while. It honestly helps you to be a little bit of a happier person in some situations because you have to be. I'm not saying that's going to happen for all people, but for me personally, I know that I can deal with some situations a little bit better because I've worked at McDonald's for 3 years, and you can kind of tell what people's reactions are going to be sometimes. So I don't know. I would suggest it to you people, but anyways, so you're going to have to deal with some angry customers if you work in fast food. And sometimes people I mean, I'm not saying they're a bad person or anything, but they might just be having a bad day and they get really mad at you. And sometimes that just sucks and you just want to punch them in the face. Just kidding. But you can't do that. You have to keep being friendly. And I don't know, I'd say it helps build your character as an employee. I think everyone should be required to work fast food, you know, for even if it's just like a week or something, just to see how it is. Because I think there's some people who haven't worked in fast food before and they're like, oh my gosh, there was 1 onion on my burger. How could you do this? And they just, I don't know, there's people that just freak out, but they might not know how easy it is to mess up. Say I work an 8-hour shift at McDonald's, and this doesn't usually happen, but if I'm making food the whole time, you know how hard it would be to not mess up one order. McDonald's is generally a really busy place, and I would be going through hundreds of orders in that day, and not messing up one single sandwich, I'm pretty sure no one can do that. So that's something that people just need to understand sometimes. And I don't know, I think sometimes people, to me, it seems like they almost think they're above you because you're working fast food. That makes me a little mad, and that shouldn't be the case, because some people, I don't know, choose that job. It's a personal choice, but it's not like you're on a different level than anyone else because you're working at McDonald's. If anything, it's a lot harder because you have to deal with customers all the time. I mean, people just need to understand that that's their job, and the customers are going to get more mad at you than your bosses will. I mean, if you are going to do something really bad, like blow up a machine or something, yeah, your boss is going to get mad at you, but basically you're going to get yelled at more from customers than your boss, which is a little weird. But anyways, I think people should have to work fast food for like a week or two or something, and just experience having people get frustrated at you that their food is wrong. And I mean, I understand, especially sometimes there's some times where people's food orders should never be messed up that badly, but like me one time, I'll tell you guys a funny story. There was this older lady one time, and she ordered a small Sprite, and me being kind of dumb, I forgot to label which one was Sprite and which one was water. I had 2 cups sitting there, and I thought one of them was the Sprite, but it was a water. So her only thing she ordered was Sprite, and I gave her a water, and she thought I did it on purpose. So she's like, "You little brat, you gave me a water instead of a Sprite. Why would you do that?" And she's just like getting all mad at me in her old lady voice. And I mean, I understand that, but then again, you taste the Sprite, you taste the water, you just come inside and I give you a Sprite. It's not, I mean, we will fix it for you. Any order that's messed up, we fix for the customer. So yeah, it's kind of a big deal, but you're getting your Sprite eventually. So I don't know. And then another time, this particular lady came into McDonald's, and I was working the same station. I was the presenter, as we call it. I was handing out the food, and apparently the person taking her order in the drive-thru could not hear her very well, so she asked her to repeat a couple things over, and that ended up being my fault. So I don't know how, but she out to my window, the second window in the drive-thru, and was like, "You young people these days, you cannot hear what we are saying. You need to quit listening to your loud music and damaging your ears. What are you doing?" And just starts like going off on me about how we listen to too loud of music, so none of the younger people can hear anything because all of us listen to loud music. I mean, that's a stereotype if I ever heard one. Me personally, I have subs in my car. I listen to loud music. I can still hear people in the drive-thru. I don't know about the rest of people, but I'm sure it's pretty similar. And for one thing, I also think it's really funny when people like scream in the drive-thru. I don't know what they think. They just think our mic, like we have pretty good mics out in our drive-thru, and they must just think our mics are horrible or something, or either that, or every time they order, people can't hear them, but they get up to the window and they're like, "I will have a Big Mac," And I'm like, oh, okay. Anything else for you? No! That is all! And I just find that really funny because, like, why would you do that? I don't see any reason for anyone to do that ever. And it's just really funny to me because I don't know. I just can't get over the fact that they're screaming into the mic, and I don't know what causes them to think that they need to just yell into the mic, but that makes me laugh every time. Another thing is sometimes people, they might be like foreign exchange students or something, come through the drive-thru, and it's really hard to hear their order. I mean, I'm gonna say it's funny, but then again, if I went to a different country and tried to order in their language, I would fail miserably. So it's funny, but I completely understand. And sometimes, I don't know, maybe you guys, if you go to a different country, you're ordering in a fast food restaurant, you might just want to go inside, not go through the drive-thru. Just saying that. If you're not that good at speaking the language, you might just want to go inside. I would suggest it. Just makes it a whole lot easier. Let's see, some more funny stuff that happens. This happened to me yesterday, in fact, no lie. People forget to pick up their food and stuff like that. Like, this lady comes to the drive-thru, gets a salad, pays for it at the first window, and leaves. And comes back like 5 minutes later and is like, oh, I forgot my food. I mean, that's a little bit understandable, but the only reason you're going to McDonald's is for food. So if you leave without food, I don't know. I just find that a little hard to do. I've never done it personally, but if it happens to me, I would feel kind of dumb. There was a lady one time too, this has only happened to me once in 3 years, who forgot to order. Now, that is just on a whole nother level, forgetting to order, because she pulled up to, the place we ordered in the drive-thru. I greeted her. It's like, thanks for stopping at McDonald's, may I take your order? And she just sits there for a while, pulls up to the first window, and at the time, I was taking money as well. She tries handing me money, and I was like, ma'am, you actually did not order anything. And she's like, oh, ha ha ha, my bad, I forgot to order. And like, the whole rest of that day, I was just like, what? How is this possible? Like, I don't even get how that happens. Like, how does someone forget to order in the drive-thru? That's on a whole nother level than forgetting to pay for your food or forgetting to get your food. That's just on the impossible level to me. Trying to think of some other stuff. There's also some people sometimes, it's a little bit frustrating, but I understand. They drive away without their food, and then they come, like, you give them half of their food or whatever, they leave, they come back, and they're really mad at you. Like, I understand why you'd be mad because you don't get all of your food, but then again, you just left without getting all your food. It's not, I mean, I can see both ways. I've seen it enough times. That's why most of the time I specify that this is not all of your food. There is more. And people still drive away when I say it like that. I'm like, there is more food coming for you, and they don't get it still, which seems a little crazy, but I don't know. Sometimes people just space out. I guess that's all I have for you guys right now. If you've watched all this, thank you very much. Please leave a comment on something that I've said, something. I like getting feedback. Also, I want to know more things that I can talk about in the future. Tell me what you want to see, what you want me to talk about. What if you want to see a certain type of gameplay, let me know. But just thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.